know it's been a while, man. We back, dog. And we got a little fresh cut, so I can start back picking this camera up. So we actually on the way right now to my buddy house. We about to put a little phone, man. 3.5 MZS lift. So we're gonna see what that do. I'll show y'all whenever I get over there and I pull it out and all that. And break it down to y'all, man. But yeah, man, it's been a while, man. I got a Tahoe now. I think the last video I posted about one of my cars, it was 08 Yukon. I got rid of that. I got a Dodge. I think I posted a video of that on TikTok and on Facebook. I don't think I've uploaded a video yet. I can't remember, but I'm gonna stop up here and grab me a energy drink and a bottle of water and probably an alcoholic beverage. I don't know. It's kind of hot, so I probably won't even be drinking and trying to fix some shit. But yeah, man, we on the way over here, man. I'll catch up with y'all whenever we get over here. So I actually got lost. So we actually supposed to been there already, but we're actually another 20 minutes out. So just trying not to get the location. I was like, I remember, bro. I remember where you stayed, bro. Ended up driving 15 miles past, so that put me 25 miles out. So we are actually right now currently 18 minutes out. 17 minutes out. So catch up with y'all when we get there, man.
Hell yeah.
You want to explain to them what we're doing?
So these factory studs on top of the strut are just a little bit too tall for these spacers to clear flush. So we're having to, it's hot. You got to shave it down just a little bit to make sure that this sits flush, back like factory.
Ooh. So we're gonna show y'all earlier, but that's what we got. I'm going with the 3.5
Yeah, that one's a
SZ2. This is actually the 2-inch. What they actually call this? The top strut, right?
Yeah, that's your, well, they're technically both, I guess, strut spacers.
Okay.
You just you have the top one, the one that goes on top of your strut, then this one goes on the lower part of your strut.
Okay.
Yeah, this one isn't labeled with the size, but that one shows on it that it's a 2, I think it was on this side. Yeah, right there. Yeah, that one shows it's a 2-inch, and then this one's an inch to. Technically, it's not a 1-to-1 ratio.
Okay.
So just because this is 1 inch thick doesn't mean that it's going to raise it exactly 1 inch.
Okay.
So this 1 inch could raise your car 1.5 inches to 2 inches.
Okay.
Just depends on. It varies on vehicles.
Yeah, cause I seen that on there. I was like, what the hell they mean by 1-to-1 ratio? I'm like,
Yeah.
I said, I don't think I'm more than the wrong shit.
So whatever you put on here is not going to perfectly lift it that exact size. Like a 4-inch lift kit isn't going to lift your vehicle exactly 4 inches.
Okay.
It could lift it technically like 4 3/4 or 5 inches or something like that. Like, you know how them trucks that have them big 10 inches of lift with the floorboards like right here?
Yeah.
That's a lot more than 10 inches.
Right. That's why I was like, how the hell is that 10 inches? It's really close to like down there, like 2 feet down there.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, so that's what they mean by it's not a 1-to-1 ratio.
So that's the reason why you can order like a McGaw is 7.5, and then a rough country 7.5, and the McGaws are sit like damn near a foot and a half higher than
Yeah.
rough country.
It all depends on the style of the lift kit, the way it lifts your vehicle, and the quality of the parts, everything. There's a lot of deciding factors. I know I don't use rough country because they definitely got the rough part correct.
I've never had a rough country, but I was like, man, that price point look good. You know what I'm saying?
Price point's nice, but man, I had a 5-inch rough country on my 2010 Z71, and that thing rode like a covered wagon. It was so stiff.
And it was crazy because yesterday was my first time actually driving it. I drove the Alto yesterday. And every now and then I can hit a bump. Like, so when y'all hit a bump, do y'all kind of get like a little wobble with it?
Yeah, sometimes. Okay. It depends on if it's a big enough bump, yeah.
Because I know that when I left here the last time when I came to Dodge, me and my son was flipped on that. We hit like a bump in the road.
These roads rough,
I said,
man.
no.
These roads be rough out here.
I said no. Yeah. So guys, we'll check out with y'all once we get all this in stock. I'm pretty sure y'all done seen somebody put a 3.5 or 3-inch 11 kit on, but we just doing a review over this right here of the height on it, and you know what I'm saying, just hanging out with the bud. We getting shit going, man. So. What we got?
So originally we were at 36 inches,
which is
for your height on the center of your rim. The bottom of the fender well here was originally 36 inches.
Okay.
Now you would about 40 and about 40 and an eighth, 40 and 3/16.
And this is just dropping it off the jack.
Just got it off the jack. Front end's still gonna settle a little bit when you drive. It's gonna settle. But you'll be sitting at about 40 inches.
Nice!
About 40 inches. You got a lean going.
Hey, I'm gonna put on the back 40-inch master. Like, man, y'all gotta measure me 40-inch. And this
came
is
up enough to where we had to trim the bump stops off the upper control arm.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Had to cut them bad boys off in order to let the upper control arm come down enough to attach back into the factory knuckle, factory spindle.
But this is how y'all gonna look. And y'all know what y'all looking for. This is the 1.5 right there, and then that's how y'all ball joints gonna look on the control arms. Just about. And
they're not quite in a bind, but they're not technically in stock angles.
They not normal. They're not normal. I'll tell you that much.
I recommend a 2-inch extended spindle. I definitely recommend that to get your upper ball joint and upper control arm back close to factory geometry. And you'll continue to ride same height you're at, just not putting your front end in such a bind. It'll bring your tie rod end back up a little bit, and it'll bring your upper control arm and your ball joint, your upper ball joint.
So you think I'd be able to do 80 on the way back?
I wouldn't.
Or just go slow until
I would take it easy for a few days, let the front end kind of settle back in, and then go over, make sure everything's still tight, and then you should be all right.
So when I leave out here, don't I gotta hit the brake, go back and forth just to settle it down?
Well, I mean, we can drive it down the road just to make sure.
Want to drive it?
I mean, I'd rather ride. So
it give you a chance to feel what it's like to be leaned out.
I kind of do that in my wife's Denali. Whenever her airbags in the back are deflated, it rides like this, just not as bad.
And she has a
2011 Denali.
I'm hating, man. I couldn't afford the Denali, but I got the.
Neither could I. The bank owns that motherfucker. I just pay a note.
Well, shit, yeah. Some people out of Chicago own mine. I don't know who they is, but They are who every time they answer the phone, it's like they ain't from America, so I just be like, what?
They're from Durkistan.
Hello, can I take your payment? Yeah, take my damn payment back.
Oh, you want to make a no-call payment?
Yeah.
You know it late.
You
You pay or we repo.
really Paul.
We repo. What kind of Asian food that be? The repo. What is that? And that sushi? Oh man. Well.
And how long did it take us? Well, how long did it take us? But okay, first, how long did it take us?
Okay, so it should have took us originally only about 45 minutes to an hour, but we were both on one side. So I had my side, you had your side. So
And
we
I didn't know what I was
tag-teamed
doing.
Yeah, and we still had to kind of figure out what tools we needed because we didn't 100% know the sizes because everything was different on the new kit.
No
versus what was
YouTube.
factory.
No YouTube.
No YouTube. And we did stop and goof off a little bit and eat some chips and some Skittles gummies.
Right. So we really got a lot knocked out in a short amount of time for not knowing what the hell we was doing, really. So.
And we only read the instructions for about the first 2 or 3 steps, and after that we were just like, yeah, this looks like it should come off.
So.
It was pretty self-explanatory at that point.
I think I can do most of it by myself on the next run. I don't think I'd be able to do this one by myself though.
The hardest part, mainly, I always find with them is having the right size tools, because some of these nuts and bolts are pretty damn big.
Yeah.
I mean, we used a 21 at one point, and that's not something that people commonly have laying around.
I don't think I got one inside of my damn tool, but 21.
Yeah, so I mean, like, if you wouldn't have had that, that'd have been a pain in the ass, because I don't think that would have come off with some channel locks or nothing like that. I think that one would have been a little hard to do.
The clearance is so much better, man.
Dude,
what do you think?
You can change your oil without touching anything under here. Like, just look at the. I mean, I'm little as it is, but I can crawl sideways under this. I'm sideways, shoulder to shoulder. Your drain plug's right here. Your oil filter's right here.
Straight oil change, right?
Such an easy, like, it's so much easier to work on yours than my wife's, and all she's got is that like 1.5 or 1 inch, whatever it is on her.
So all she needs is 2 more inches.
No, I can't. I'm lacking. I'm sorry. I can only do so much.
2 more inches. That's all she needs.
Baby, you ain't gonna leave me for 2 more inches, are you? No, of course not. Why does it sound like she full of shit? She wasn't sincere with that.
No, it's the pause is what it was.
The pause.
Hold on, 2 more inches. Yeah. But he feel good. Now look, he patting his heart. I love her. That's my heart.
My heart. I shed a wee little tear. Just like that. And get you a little bit of squirt of the good juice here.
Oh, that's the good juice. Huh? Truck? Yeah. I told you. this is the 3.5 S. What was it? MSZ, right?
MZS.
MZS 3.5. And this is what you'll get out of it. Just what you think? Like an inch more, right?
What's that?
In the front than the back?
Actually pretty nicely made, except the bolts. It did snap one. Trying to tighten it. It's definitely not grade A bolts. So cheap junk aluminum, like it was actually a pretty good kit.
We use hairspray, shit caught fire. So I don't like hairspray.
No, it's not scary. You got this.
Oh shit, you didn't warn me.